Recaps here. Today, I'm going to continue with the second part of the Netflix series, 𝚤𝚑𝚘𝚘 School for Girls. Now just sit back, relax, and enjoy. The scene opens with 𝚤𝚑𝚘𝚘 being humiliated by the entire school. Then her mother comes there and tells Miss Fatten that she's taking her daughter out of this school. She then bursts out at 𝚤𝚑𝚘𝚘 and says that she'll forever remain a damned girl. Meanwhile, Miriam is standing in the distance, feeling happy she has successfully taken down one of the bullies. In class, Miss 𝚤𝚘𝚘 informs them about the school trip and asks them to get their parents' signature on a slip. Later, Dina says that she feels somewhat bad for 𝚤𝚑𝚘𝚘 as she didn't anticipate this to go that far. But Miriam reminds her what they did to her the opening day, so they go forward with the plan. At lunch, Nawaf gets a notification that Ahmad has followed her, so she follows him back. Rania confronts her about following Ahmad, so Nawaf says he followed her first. Nevertheless, Rania forces her to unfollow him on Instagram. Now, their coach announces the results from their football tryouts. The two girls that are selected for the football team are Rania and Miriam. Leanne argues about why she wasn't selected, and their coach says because of her rude behavior and lack of sportsmanship. Then in the washroom, Leanne secretly sees Miriam taking her anxiety pills. She goes to check what the pills are and finds Miriam's personal diary in her bag. There are tons of confessions written in it, so Leanne plans on using it to get some revenge. She distributes the pages of the diary to the entire school, and everyone thinks of Miriam as a psycho. Miriam again gets humiliated by everyone and starts crying. On top of that, Leanne milks the opportunity as much as possible and makes the school hell for Miriam. Miriam goes home while crying and prays that she gets transferred to some other school. After school, the three gather at Dina's home, but Miriam is still shaken by the incident. Dina and Nawaf help her calm down and tell her that they got rid of all of the pages from her diary. Soon enough, the three start making plans to take down Rania. Meanwhile, Leanne and Rania are sitting together making plans about sneaking their boyfriends on the school trip. There, Leanne receives a message from 𝚤𝚑𝚘𝚘's account. The message is actually sent by Nawaf with a photo of Leanne and Rania sitting with their boyfriends in the cafeteria. As Leanne opened the photo on her phone, Nawaf got access to her phone as well. As if hacking someone's phone was this easy. The following morning, all the girls get ready for the school trip. At Rania's home, we learn that her father is an alcoholic and asks her not to go on the school trip at the last moment. Rania frustratingly leaves the home and meets Leanne and her brother in the car, who's there to drop them off at school. On their way, Leanne opens the glove compartment and finds a gun in there. She questions her brother about it, but he asks her to mind her own business. Now, all the girls get into the bus and start their journey. Rania and Leanne are excited to meet Ahmad and Laith. After reaching the destination, Miss 𝚤𝚘𝚘𝚘 assigns everyone to their rooms. Dina and Miriam are together in one room, but Nawaf is assigned a room with Rania and Leanne. Miriam reveals to Nawaf that she did this on purpose, so Nawaf could be their eyes and ears in the room. But Nawaf is not happy about it. She says that she should have asked her permission at least. After some time, all the girls start playing volleyball, but Nawaf and Leanne are tired, so they go to chill in the swimming pool. Both are unexcited to see each other and decide to swim in different sections of the pool. While Nawaf was relaxing in the pool, a pervert old guy comes from behind and touches her. Nawaf shows resistance, but the old man does not back up and soon starts misbehaving. She gets scared and shouts for help, and Leanne hears her scream. Leanne immediately goes to save Nawaf and sends the pervert away. Nawaf is shivering because of the incident, so Leanne calms her down and helps her get out of the pool. This is the first time we see Leanne's good side. Now, Leanne and Nawaf go back to their friends, and Miriam asks why she was with Nawaf. Nawaf gets angry at Miriam and asks her to stop thinking about this revenge plan for once. She then leaves from there, and Miriam and Dina are surprised by her behavior. Then, in Nawaf's room, Rania enters with Leanne and tries to mock her, but Leanne defends Nawaf and asks Rania to stop. Leanne then gets a text from Laith asking about their roommate being a problem. Leanne replies that she's not bad and she won't cause any problems when they sneak out. At night, all the girls meet for dinner, and Miriam asks to go forward with their plan. They plan to inform Miss 𝚤𝚘𝚘𝚘 once Rania and Leanne sneak out so they can be caught red-handed. However, Nawaf says that once she's spent some time with her, Leanne is not that terrible. She suggests that they should just talk to them directly and sort things out instead of going on with this revenge spree. Miriam says that they've brainwashed her, and the two start arguing. Nawaf gets angry and leaves from there. Later, Leanne and Rania are getting ready for the party. Leanne is still feeling bad for Nawaf, so she asks her to come with them to the party. Rania is shocked to hear this, so she takes Layane to talk in private. There, Layane reveals what happened to Nawaf, so Rania also agrees to take her to the party. Miss Abir and the coach come to do a bed check, and everyone in Layane's room pretends that they were already asleep. As soon as Miss Abir leaves, the three sneak out and go to the club area. The security guard stops them, as they are underage, but Layth pays the security and lets all three of them in. Rania and Layane start dancing with their boyfriends, while Nawaf stands alone at the table trying to distract herself. Meanwhile, Miriam is still focused on the plan and decides to execute it. However, she's unaware that Nawaf had also snuck out, so telling Miss Abir would put their friend in trouble too. Dina goes to meet Nawaf in her room but finds out that she's not there. She immediately runs back to stop Miriam, but Miriam had already told Miss Abir everything. In the club, Rania goes to the washroom, so Ahmad approaches Nawaf and starts flirting with her. Rania comes back and sees them together, but Ahmad blames it on Nawaf that she was touching him. Layane knows the truth about Ahmad but stays silent, and Nawaf leaves from there. Nawaf gets a text from Miriam that Miss Abir is looking for them, so she warns Layane and the two to immediately get to their rooms. But poor Rania gets caught red-handed, and Miss Abir says she will be punished. They take her to their room, and Layane and Nawaf are already there. Rania takes all the blame on herself, and the scene ends there. Then, after a week at the school, Rania comes in with bruises on her face. Apparently, Miss Abir informed her parents about the sneak-out, and Rania's alcoholic father had beaten her. Miriam is very proud of herself and thinks that only Layane is left now. Layane addresses Rania's bruises and tells her that she'll be meeting Layth this Thursday again, and she has to sneak out of the bus again as this is her only chance to meet him before the summer holidays. Layth will be taking her to his private farm, so there's no chance of being seen. However, Miriam has heard the entire conversation by hiding in the washroom. Then, Nawaf thanks Rania for saving them, and Rania admits that Ahmad is a pervert. Dina and Nawaf sit with Rania and Layane, so Miriam gets super jealous. At night, Miriam stalks Layth on Instagram and finds out where his private farm is. She then finds Layane's brother and follows him. At Layane's home, she almost gets caught talking to Layth, but she has saved his number as Rania, so she manages to trick her brother. His big brother we saw earlier gets suspicious of her, but Layane manages to brush him off. The next day, she meets Layth and they leave for the farmhouse. On the other hand, Miss Abir wonders why Layane is absent today. She asks Miriam if Layane was on the bus today, but Miriam says she didn't notice. Layane's final plan is to tell Layane's brother that his sister is with a guy at this location. But Dina and Nawaf think that this has gone too far and that they should stop doing this. They try to convince Miriam not to go this far, but she is adamant and cannot forget what Layane did to her. She calls them hypocrites for turning their back on her and leaves from there. Nawaf reminisces about all the time she's spent with Miriam and thinks that she's become too blinded by hatred. Then, Miss Abir visits Principal Fatin and tells her about Layane being absent regularly. She says that they should call her parents, but Fatin brushes her off and says she'll take care of that. Miss Abir is fed up with Layane's behavior, but Fatin says she'll think about it after the ceremony. Meanwhile, Layane and Layth reach the farmhouse, and Layth assures her that they'll just hang out. The ceremony starts at school, and Fatin gets busy attending it. Miss Abir uses the opportunity to sneak into Fatin's office and call Layane's dad. However, his number is unreachable because Layane has already blocked it. She finds an emergency number in a laptop and decides to call it. Then, Rania finds out that Dina took their photo in the cafeteria and confronts her. Dina and Nawaf then reveal everything they had been up to, and they say that they have to stop Miriam. On the other hand, Layth pushes Layane into the pool. They start swimming and spend some quality time with each other. Then, Rania sees that Layane's brother and parents have come to the school. Miss Abir explains everything that has been going on with Layane and asks if she's ill today. Layane's dad says she left for school as usual and he gets worried for her. Rania, Dina, and Nawaf meet Miriam in the class and try to convince her not to do anything. But she's ready to send Layane's location to her brother. Rania begs her to not do it and Miriam says okay. However, she still sends the message and leaves. Layane's brother gets the message and immediately leaves for the farmhouse. He's filled with rage and takes out the gun from his glove compartment. He reaches the farmhouse and he sees Layane's clothes drying outside. He bangs loudly on the door, but Layth is too afraid to open it. In the school, Layane's dad insults Fatin for attending the award ceremony while her daughter is missing. He throws her award on the ground and says he'll make sure the school is destroyed now. Now Layane's brother breaks the door and gets inside. He beats Layth brutally and pushes him away and points his gun towards Leanne. Then, at the end of the series, we hear a gunshot from inside the farmhouse, and Miriam walks proudly across the school's hallway. All the girls stare at her, but she seems to not care at all. That was it for today, guys. Subscribe to Relaxed Recaps